tripping forward as a form of play. Buenos dias. It's a sloughy mode for me today. Welcome to a new morning show, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. How do you guys like this? Sloughy mode, don't kill my vibes. That is exactly how I feel today. I mean, what a day to talk about tripping forward the form of play, especially if you're not feeling playful. But we could always get a little bit of backup. Today is wait, it's Thursday. I moved it. My bad. That's incorrect, guys. That's my mistake. It is Thursday, April 25th. Forget that Friday. I don't know. I went crazy. Let's go to the next slide, please. And get going with a dad joke. This time I do have a dad joke. Unlike yesterday. A little kid goes, Dad, did you get a haircut? Dad goes, No, I got them all cut. Oh, get it? Oh, not just one hair. It's so funny, right? Haircut. Excuse me. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yes, that is my dad joke. I am here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. at the beginning of the show. Let you know some dad jokes. I need help. Send me some dad jokes. That will be awesome. Or send me a video like these awesome people right there. Shout out to Kristen and JC. What do we have next, Miss Charmaine? Yeah. So this is a recap. Sometime like especially for today, I'm like, I'm gonna cancel everything. Man, that hustle. Okay, so we were talking about hustle culture, and this is Throwback Thursday, so we do a little bit of recap of all of it. So we'll go through a recap from yesterday because it's a mix of what we did. But it's really when we take time to self-reflect and really close our day. So we're not over here like this professional at nighttime. Looks like she's in her office. Who knows? And I could relate. I could relate having that lamp on. We read one quote or one scripture or one something, and we think that's like, I know that will happen. That's gonna happen. We work when there are projects, we work late. However, if this is our lifestyle Monday through Saturday, all day, every day, it gets to you, my friend. On Monday, I share about my visit to the hospital at 2 a.m. of a panic attack because I was on. My program was Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I ran about 5 different summer camps, and I was on from 6 a.m., even though I had some processes. Well, at the beginning, I didn't have some processes. So I put in some processes and some checkpoints. However, I was still on. So anyway, I learned a lot about making sure you put people in charge of the processes, and so many want to. And why not give that opportunity to people to go ahead and step up into leadership? So my LinkedIn people, if you could relate to being on, make sure you put those processes to somebody else. So anyway, that was a big trip for me. That was like, 2 a.m. visit, waking up when you can't feel your left arm, heart is beating super fast. That was a wake up call. Fall? Yeah. It was like a trip and stumble and but anyway, let's go to the next slide, Miss Charmaine, and in this one, Miss Charmaine's gonna play as I share, because I shared yesterday. Does this little girl look burned out? You could play it, Miss Charmaine, just without music. She's reminding us, yeah, let's play it. There you go. Just play the video as I share it. There we go. Perfecto. It's a journey. It's all those smaller steps, step by step, carefully, not necessarily in a straight line. There's going to be some detours. I just love this, right? And we've been talking about sharing, well, first of all, writing your gratitude, writing your wins, big and small, as little steps, and taking time to step back. This I did not do while I was at the YMCA running all those camps. I was still very much on. Look at her looking for some affirmation in there. I just love it. Right? It's gonna be some turns, and ta-da! And I love that look at the camera. Thank you, Miss Romaine. So that was yesterday. As a reminder, and definitely with so many things going on for us as well here at Y Superstars and personally in our lives. I'm still here at our temporary home. But yeah, we'll go to the next slide, please. Because we had talked about instead of waiting for these big accomplishments, what are those things that made you feel successful today? So yesterday I'd had, as you can tell, my voice is still a little bit cracked. Okay. And we're talking about tripping forward as a former player. We just looked at a little girl. Does she look burnt out? No, she's playing, she's exploring, she's trying out, she's curious, right? So yesterday, and I get it when we go through those bumps, right? So yesterday was I after a few phone calls with insurance, with contractors and all this to get our home, like I mentioned, we found mold, and it's going to go through a mold remediation. Is, you know, it was like, where do I find it? And I did. And that's when we take, and I didn't bring my pen. It's when we get in that habit of, okay, look, it's gonna be dark. And I've been talking about ending hustle culture when I want to go to sleep without thinking about all these things. And reading is pretty good too. So you know, when we're adults, we dismiss play. Totally dismissed play yesterday while I was in that grind and in those sucky phone calls. And one of the things I did as a former play, most likely because, I'm doing the show too. So it's that extra accountability. I went to get my favorite ice cream. Like, what child does not like ice cream? I mean, I know adults, of course, we like ice cream, especially when we have a monthly visitor. But approaching it is like, you know what? I'm gonna get an ice cream. So big trip. As I'm eating my ice cream, I'm writing down. And yesterday we had a milestone into our business here, our upcoming business here in Florida, which I've been talking about, our venture, which you guys are all gonna hear it later, most likely at the end of May. And I was like, that's a big deal. We open up our account here. We're from New York. And even though it was 3 hours, it was such a great conversation. Met a really cool banker. And with that in itself, I got to share about asking him about just like what is someone's spark, and just great conversation, a lot of things in common. So in that sense, he kept saying, man, this is why I love my job, this is so much fun. Like, he was having a blast. We were like tired, but he was just shooting questions, and we were in conversation. And he was talking about like all the restaurants that he loves around here, and how he loves to travel, and how he's also in real estate. And it was like he was playing. That dude was not working. He was playing. So it was a nice reminder as I was having my ice cream. I was like, you know what? Those 3 hours, totally worth it. There was a few changes of plan. I was gonna go and walk, and it didn't work out because I took way long at that bank with my friend. Shout out to Massage Mom Vanessa. And anyway, we're gonna go for our walk on Friday tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to it. And today I get to play with my friend Grace, who's coming over. And yeah, so it's when we take the time to stop and reflect on what is coming, finding that success and the motivation that could happen today. Let's not wait until big milestones. Let's go to the next slide. That was a big recap. Yesterday, those who are on LinkedIn, I shout out to, can you put that a little bigger, Miss Charmaine? Um, this guy, I as soon as I finished my the show, I went ahead and so Colby, there you go, shout out to you. And he had small habits, big results, saving $8 per day. It's actually $3,000 a year. Reading 20 pages per day, those are 30 books per year. Walking 10,000 steps per day. You know, I never counted how many steps do you, I have no idea how many steps I walk. You know, I should get a Fitbit. No, take out should. I get to get one. Hey, okay. And then never walking 10,000 steps per day is 70 marathons per year. That's pretty cool. Small habits, big results. Never underestimate the power of small habits. And yeah, that was from yesterday's recap. So let's continue to focus more on our big thing, as I've been sharing, tripping forward as a form of play. We'll go to the next slide, please. And because I mean, even from that slide, those small steps, those small wins, it's part of it. And man, a week on a trip. Let's go to the next slide, please, because I feel this is me or has been me. It's like, hey, right? Like me and my roller skates, me and my bike. I have fallen so many times. So many times. Can I get a little closer? So many times. So many times. Yeah, so many times. When I saw this picture, I was like, yep. And it's gonna hurt. You're gonna scrape a knee, you might twist an ankle. It's gonna suck. And the point here, especially in this slide, is like, you know, as long as it's forward. And how do we do that? And how do we make that into a form of play? Woo, hard. Easier said than done. Um, and I'm going to share a quick story. The first time my dad was determined to teach me how to ride a bike in one day. Crazy, man. And the first time I really, so I, you know, put my foot down when he took the third wheels or the training wheels, and then I really fell. Oh, oh! Thank you, Mr. Rain. Quick story time. So fell, bleeding everywhere in my knee. He like ripped the jean by my knee, put some water on it, and you know what he told me? Get back on that bike. What? Excuse me. He's like, listen, if you don't get back on that bike, you are gonna hate it. You're gonna hate bikes. You never want to look back again. Trust me, get back on the bike. So crazy. But my dad, I mean, he wasn't harsh. He was like motivating. He's like, trust me. And same thing, fast forward, first car accident. He came in his car and I was crying. I was like this in the side of the road, crying, shaking, felt like, oh my God, I could have killed my mom and my sister that were with me, blah, blah, blah. And you know, he's like hugging me, kissing me in my forehead. And then he goes, okay, we're going home. You drive the car. Wait, I just got in a car accident. He's like, same thing. Remember the bike? Here's the car. I don't want you to be afraid. And I drove home with some tears, but then we were cracking up because my dad is hilarious. So my dad's funny. So comedy is a really good form of a play. So what I do remember is that in my family, in every chaos, we find something funny. At least my dad, especially back in the day, he really did. Let's go to the next slide because I just got to share this because when we are down, there are other ways to move forward. Let's play it, Miss Charmaine. Thank you, Miss Tremaine. So with this, guys, let's when things are when you're in a slow fee mode, guys, sometimes you gotta crawl, sometimes you gotta lay low. Take it slow. Okay, take it slow. There's going to be somebody out there wanting to be with you, wanting for you to give, and you're going to be in that receiving mode, because there are times that we give and there are times that we receive. And if you still feel like, no, I don't see it, I don't even got any time and energy. Yes, Ms. Sherman, let's put the link in here. As always, that's my free audio mini course, free 99. Head over to whitesuperstars.com/mini course, but you could see it as soon as you get to White Superstars. It says start here, start the journey. Every journey begins with a single step, so you get clear on what you want. And with that, my friends, listen, let's crawl through it. Let's get some coffee, let's get some ice cream. Let's get all our reinforcements. Ms. Charmaine, what do we have for today? Make sure you like. Please consider subscribing. Thank you for tuning in. And we are out of here. Here we go. Yes. Bye, everybody. Slow fee mode.